Yesterday we spoke to you about Joshua and chapter 1. We spoke about how when God begins a work, He will not stop. He will finish what He has begun. And it's time for us to look up. But when you go into that scripture once again, you will also see that God not just tell Joshua to go. He not just tell Joshua, I will give you the land. But He gave another promise to Joshua. He told Joshua, I will be with you. You see, when God is with you, makes a very big difference in our lives. In Psalm 23, the psalmist says, though I may walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not be afraid, for you are with me. You see, when God is with us, we have nothing to be afraid of. God promised Joshua that He would be with him. You see, Joshua was moving into unknown things now. His leader had passed away. A man he looked up to is gone. Now he is taken over the leadership. But do you know, when you take over the leadership of a group of people that looked up to somebody else who lived a very high standard of life, a life of the supernatural, and you are called to take over that leadership, there's going to be a struggle. Why? Because the people looked up to Moses, and they would constantly maybe compare Joshua to Moses. But God is telling Joshua, you don't have to be afraid. I will be with you. I will be with you. In Joshua 1 verse 5, he says, no man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. Nobody will be able to stand before you. Why? No one will be able to stand, because I will be with you. He says, no man shall be able to stand before you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. As I was with Moses, I will be with you. As I was with Moses, I will be with you. That means I was not partial to Moses. It's not that only Moses was my favorite. Just as I worked with Moses, I will work with you. You see, God has no favoritism. If He has done it for somebody, He can do it for you. He may do it differently, but definitely He will do it for you. The important part is God is saying, I am with you, Joshua. Don't be afraid. He goes further, I will not leave you nor forsake you. As Joshua is going to conquer places, he would be facing the wall of Jericho. He was going to be facing the Jordan River. He was going to be facing armies to fight battles. But God is telling him, I will be with you. Today I want to challenge each one of you. When God leads you, when God begins a work in you, His promise is He will be with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Sometimes you feel you're alone in your battles, but I want to tell you, you are never alone. God is always with you. In your tough times, in your struggling times, God is with you. As He was with Moses, He was with Joshua. And as He was with Joshua, He will be with you. He is still the God of the supernatural. In fact, God tells Joshua, don't be afraid. Be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Today I want to tell you, be strong and courageous. Why you are strong and courageous? Because we have the assurance that God is with us. Joshua was not just sent to go to take the promised land. Joshua was sent with the assurance of God's presence. And Moses at one time told the Lord, if you don't go ahead of us, we will not go. Moses knew the importance of the presence of God. And that's the same thing God is telling Joshua. I will be with you. God's presence will be with you. If God has assigned you a job, I want to assure you, He will be with you. If you're even in your valley moments, if He has put you on a task, if He has put you on a mission, He will not leave you nor forsake you till He's finished what He has begun. He is a God who finishes in style, and that's what He will do it in your life. You will be an amazement to people around you. Your life will speak to people around you of the great wonders that God is going to be doing as you walk with Him, as He promises to walk with you.